although the Gemara divides the 6,000 years of the world's existence into three tkufas, into three equal parts, we find in other places where the division of the different tkufas of the world, the different time periods, is a little bit more detailed. And like we find in the Ramban, on the pasuk of Asher bara Elokim Lasais, and likewise the Rabbeinu Bechaye on the same pasuk, that it says that the 6 days of creation correspond to the 6,000 years. That each day corresponds to another 1,000 years. And the Ramban says, and that this is the reason why Chazal say that Yoyimay Shalach Kadesh Baruch Hu Elef Shana, that one day by Hashem is worth 1,000 years by us. And the point is that each day of creation, each day of the Sheshes Yemei Bereshis correspond to one of the 6,000 years. And the Ramban goes on to bring some comparisons between things that happened during Sheshes Yemei Bereshis to things that happened during the corresponding 6,000 years. In a little bit more of a detailed way, in Sefer Maimorei Admor HaZoken, Parshias, page Taf Yotes, he explains the comparison between the 6 days of creation to the 6,000 years according to the fundamental midos, the fundamental attributes of Chesed, Gevura, Teferes, Netzach, Chayid, and Yesod. And he explains, the first day was the day of Chesed, the day of kindness, and corresponding to that, the first set of 1,000 years was tremendous kindness from Hashem. People lived long lives, and the world was nizin from Chazdei Shal HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The world was sustained through the Chesed of Hashem, as it says. So that's the first day of Chesed, corresponding to 1,000 years of Chesed. The second day is Gevura. The day of Gevura, it's because that was the day when Hashem separated between the higher waters and the lower waters. Hashem made separation and judgment. And for the second 1,000 years, we know that was when the Mabul took place. We know that was when Migdal Bavel took place. And there were punishments. There was judgment and punishments that were happening. So it was harshness. It shows on Gevura. The third day, it says Ki Toiv twice. It's a day of Tiferes, a day of beauty. The world started to be developed. There was dry land and grass. Things were growing, trees and fruit and so on. And in the third millennium, we know that the world, the tachlis of the world, started to be more visible. That was the time when the Yidden went out of Mitzrayim. The Yidden were chosen as a nation, and the Torah was given to the Yidden. And we move on to the fourth day. The fourth day, Hashem created the sun and the moon in order to provide light to the world. And likewise, during the fourth millennium, that's when the two Batei Mikdashai stood. That was when Beis HaMikdash Harishain, the first Beis HaMikdash and the second Beis HaMikdash, provided spiritual light from the Shekhinah to the entire world. And then on the fifth day was when the fish were created in the water and the birds. And this hints to us that during the fifth millennium was when the nations of the world, which are compared to these things that Hashem created on the fifth day, they started getting strong, and they started using their power to bring exile upon the Yidden, to bring galus, and to bring hardships upon the Yidden. Until we reach to the sixth day of creation. The sixth day is when Adam Arishain was created, and when Adam Arishain was created, that was the completion of the world. And this is a remez to the most complete man in all of history, who will be revealed during the sixth millennium, which that is Melech HaMashiach. And like the Ramban himself says, that the Adam is a remez for Ben David, which he is going to be made. He's going to be Nasa B'Tselem Elokim. He's going to be made in an image of Hashem. And therefore it's very clear. We see specifically, not only in the Gemara, that the Gemara says that this is a time of Yemais Mashiach, when Mashiach could come. We see that this is the time when Mashiach is meant to be revealed. This is the time when Adam Arishain, and the remez for Adam Arishain, which is Mashiach, which is the most complete of creation, most complete of man, and the most completion of the whole creation, he's meant to be revealed and to herald a time of Geula, of redemption, for this entire world.